right, so Pat, let's head over to down to Arizona. Yeah, down for me and over for Adam, and you down for so whatever. We're heading over to Arizona. We know that Arizona, one of these states that has a lot of licenses up for grabs. There are a lot of were more more competitors in the market than there are currently, and looks like we might be at least trying to see if anybody else wants to grab up some of those things.
Yeah, for the second time since sports betting launched in September 2021, there's licenses up for grabs, and the application period will open next month for no less than two. I don't know. The wording was weird. There's one tribal license open and at least two sports organization licenses open. Of course, there's 20 licenses available in Arizona, 10 for the tribes, 10 for professional sports organizations, and there has been two sports organization tied licenses open since launch. There's some questions of whether indoor football league can fully qualify because per the Arizona Department of Gaming, it's the highest level of a sport. And I don't know, an IFL team does have a license, but there's two others in the state, so it's a whole question there.
Don't you get into the old IFL AFL wars, buddy. We'll be here for days talking about where the best arena football is.
I have strong opinions.
The Grand Rapids Rampage back in the day, they won an AFL championship, so I'm a big fan of the AFL. They were. And then there's Arizona's been one of the premier states to watch. Why did I say premier? That was weird. Premier states to watch of licenses in Arizona, licensees dropping out. I mean, we've seen Fubo drop out, and that was why Bet365 was able to secure a license last year in the first application period that it was opened. And now this is not for these two, but I'll backtrack a second. TwinSpires, the Churchill Downs Sportsbook, has finally shuttered its operation in Arizona, and that's the tribal license that's open now. And then we've got Unibet and WynnBet winding down operations too in Arizona. So we'll have probably even more license application periods open if there's sportsbooks that want to be in Arizona anymore. The only one I think at the moment that we can really put a finger on that would probably want to be in there and actually really wants to be in Arizona is Fanatics.
Pat, how dare you forget me and Adam's very favorite shuttered sports book in Arizona, MaximBet.
Oh,
MaximBet
too.
It's mine too, but they were
MaximBet like Pat.
I love MaximBet, but or loved, excuse me. Even though I never got to bet on it.
For the articles, though.
For the articles,
always for the
course.
articles. You love MaximBet for the articles. Yeah,
but they weren't. They didn't.
Obviously.
Even though they applied for the initial license, they weren't licensed in Arizona. So that's why I didn't include them. There's no shade towards them.
Adam, I don't know because, again, no inside information here, but we have seen Circa at least dip their toe in a few other markets, right? We know that they're in Illinois. We know that they're in Colorado. Arizona obviously being kind of a border state here to Nevada. Don't know what their plans are. Don't know, but it wouldn't shock me, right? I mean, to see them try to expand a little bit and see if their model that they're going with would work in a state that has all of the kind of, rest of country sports books.
It is interesting, isn't it? Because they also went into Iowa. They have chosen some wide open markets to launch their national product. And look, their national product doesn't look exactly like what their Nevada product looks like, but we know that that's for reasons. And that's not just about Circa. So I would not at all be surprised if they try to get into Arizona, which is another, again, very easy to get the license, very low tax rate.
Privilege fee.
Lots of advantages. Oh, that's right. It's not a tax.
Yeah.
It's not tax in Arizona. It's a privilege fee.
Just wanted to make sure you got that right.
It's where you get freedom. You get freedom fries at the sports book there, not French fries.
See, but Adam, having an intimate kind of knowledge of their business model, what they have going after, the reason it wouldn't surprise me too is what they're doing over at Circa is actually leaning into the thing that we thought maybe Caesars and MGM would do, which is like, hey, let's lean into this product to get people through the doors at our at our places and all that stuff. Like, they are using these other products to market Circa Million and the Survivor contests and the things like that, and getting people like discounts to come in and get rooms and things at Circa and all that. Like, again, Arizona would be a great feeder market for something like that. And it's weird that the big two don't do that and lean more into that, but it's certainly something that Circa has.
That's why I've always been low-key fascinated by whatever happens in California, because for a book like Circa, which is already heavy advertising in California, if they could have some form of any kind of free-to-play, any kind of sports betting type product in California with all of the Californians who come to Vegas for their vacations, it just would be a wild kind of idea.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We'll see how that all plays out. Of course, anything that goes down, you'll find it over at LegalSportsReport.com.